You've been hearing in the news, I hope you've been hearing about this, that the Air Force had, as of last October, they said that if you want to re-enlist, you have to say, in God we trust, or under God, or so help me God.
So help me God.
Yeah, so help me God, right. And there was a big outcry from the atheist community especially, saying, hey, you can't do this. It's completely illegal. It's against the First Amendment, and I think the 16th, I remember hearing someone say. I could be wrong on that part. But I know it's against the First Amendment. And there should be no test for any office in the land. And they were going to be sued by the FFRF and several other people, other organizations.
The American Humanist Association.
Yeah, that's one of them, right.
Was directly involved in this, yeah.
Right, exactly. And the first they were saying, no, we're not going to back down. And as soon as the FFRF got involved, it's like, Oh, did you? Oh, you meant us. No, that's fine. You're right. We're wrong. We'll just, we're probably saying, yeah, let's put this underneath the rug. And then, in a couple of years when no one's paying attention, we'll just do it again. And so then, we'll just try to bring this back again. And you've got people like Brian Fisher and Pat Robertson saying, "Oh yeah, they should be saying so help me God. Otherwise, you don't have people who are fearing God and they're in the Air Force or whatever. Then they just can't fly those airplanes," which absolutely means no sense whatsoever. I mean, but at least they finally came to the right decision and said, "You know what? You people were right. This is wrong for us to do this." And they said, "We take any instances in which airmen report concerns regarding religious freedom seriously." Lee said in a statement, "We are making the appropriate adjustments to ensure our airmen's rights are protected," which I think is a total snowball argument, because the fact is, if they actually believed that, they wouldn't have changed it to this to begin with back in October of last year. Because for a long time it wasn't like that at all. And somebody said, you know what, let's just undermine people's religious freedoms. So this, I think, is a total snowball bullshit statement. They're just trying to cover their ass. Joe, your thoughts?
Well, they need to affirm "so help me God" at the end of oaths, because God can't tell liars from other people. God,
unless you say that, right?
Right, because he's all powerful, he's omnipotent, but he's got a really bad bullshit detector. So if you say I paid that speeding ticket, God's like, I don't know if he did or not. I know how to fly a plane. Fuck if I know. I'm just God. I need him to say the magic words.
Right.
But yeah, this is a huge victory thanks to the American Humanist Association. Mm-hmm. The Army and the Navy already allow non-believers or believers in other religions to omit that part of their oaths.
Right.
So for the Air Force to say, the Air Force omitted it or allowed people to omit it, and then they required it. They went backwards. They retrograded, and they were like, okay, now everybody has to say it. And that was like the decision of some mid-level or maybe even a high level. I don't know who it was, but somebody along the line was like, let's make a decision. I make this decision. It affects everybody, and shit hit the fan because of it.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't catch it right away.
It took the threat of a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you mentioned the FFRF, and that's one of their big strategies is you threaten the lawsuit. They look at what they're doing, they realize what they're doing is wrong, and they decide, okay, you know what? It's not worth the money to defend this because what we're doing is bullshit anyway.
Right.
So they go back and they fix it.
Yeah, unlike a lot of schools that had that religious stuff in there, it's like, oh no, we're gonna fight this tooth and nail, and finally it's like after they go to court like 2 or 3 times, they go, you know what? I think we're out of money. We can't do this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They wear them out.
Yeah,
and that's great. That's awesome. This is also a no-brainer. I mean, look at it from the standpoint of a military agency like the Air Force. Mm-hmm. This guy was re-enlisting.
Right.
Like when you sign up for the military, you're doing them a favor. But you go through training the first time and you become a military person. You become a trained military person. Mm-hmm. When they say, can you re-enlist because we spent all this money training you, can you hang around for a few more years of your life? Can you please re-enlist?
Right.
Then we don't have to train the other guy down the street. You're doing them even more of a favor. It's even more of a service to your country because they don't have to train somebody else to do your job.
Exactly.
And this guy, because he wouldn't affirm to a fairy tale, they kicked him out and said, oh, sorry dude. Like we spent a lot of money training you. You put in a lot of time here and you don't want to talk to our fairy tale, so there's the door, dude. See ya.
Yeah, their fairy tale was more important. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's more important here, the fairy tale or the training?
Right. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, the money part is, I think that was part of it. And you put a nice pin on it, that the fact is that they were threatened by the lawsuit and the money that it was going to take to defend it. And it's like, and they knew that if they looked at it, probably said, you know what, legally, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on. And if you try to pursue this, you're going to cost the government a whole shitload of money. You're going to make the Air Force look like shits. And because all the other ones are not doing this, because they realized this a long time ago that you can't do that. So either you fall in line or you're going to go down. Mm-hmm. So, Crystal, your thoughts?
I was really surprised. I did not know that the Air Force required them to say, "So help me God," still in their oath.
It just got changed back in October. Originally it was they didn't have them say, "So help me God." Then they changed it back in October just this last year. And I'm surprised it took them this long just to catch it. That's all. And
I don't know why they would even try to slide it back in there. And I'm surprised it really even took this long for it to come back up. Mm-hmm. Like Joe said, I mean, this is a soldier that has volunteered to go fight for you, fight for me, our country, our families, and do not allow him to re-enlist because he won't say that. He doesn't believe in God. Right. And, I mean, as a Christian, I don't want you to fake it, per se. You know what I'm saying? That means nothing to me if you get up there and even just, "Also help me God," not mean a word that you say. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been in court. I've seen people not put their hand on the Bible to do an oath.
I've never seen anybody do a Bible oath anywhere, actually, but I always thought that was just something on TV. But.
Oh no! I've been in court a couple of times, and most of it jury duty to watch. But there was several that said they did not put their hand on the Bible, so they just held their hand up and said the oath. They did not put their hand on the Bible. So anyway, with that being said, I can't believe that actually they slipped that back into the Air Force.
Oh yeah.
And you know how I am. I want the right to be able to say that if I want to, but I want you to be able to not say it if you don't believe it.
Right, exactly.
Woohoo!
Exactly. Bravo. Creationist Cat, your thoughts?
Well, I think my religious freedom to oppress other people is totally being denied here. And I'm really angry about it, to tell you the truth. I mean, honestly, I mean, this infringes on my right to tell everyone what to do. And I think we need those flying robot Jesuses to scare the shit out of all those atheist Air Force pussies. And I hate using the word pussies because it's a slight against my own species, but it's applicable here. And and I disagree with Crystal. As a Christian, I do want you to fake it, okay? I want you to say these words. Hopefully, you'll think about them later and re-examine things and become a Christian, or you burn in the eternal lake of fire. But I don't know. I mean, I guess just in closing, I just have to say that like Pat Robertson said, what is the big deal? What is the big deal? I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, what is the problem with these people just, paying allegiance to a deity that they don't believe in? And some people have used the example of making Christians bow to I don't know, Allah or like Beelzebub or something. It's not the same thing, because Allah and Beelzebub are not the Lord of the universe. So that's all I have to say.
I have something to add.
Okay.
Creationist Cat, I do fake other things well.
Oh.
Are you talking about last night?
Well, we won't mention that.
I just want to say here real quick, Dawkins Dog said it on the Twitter here, it says Packard Sonic finally got himself some pussy tonight, though it's not what you think. So thank you, Dawkins Dog.
Well, then what is it? Oh, I get it.
Another one, Zorvian, Zorvian and he also added on there, planes disappearing after new law makes pilots listen to Jesus take the wheel. That explains the whole Bermuda Triangle thing going on there, I guess.
The titles tonight should be wonderful.
I hope so.
In an airplane, it's Jesus take the stick.
Right.
What would it be for the flying birds?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's get on to our next topic.
Can I just say something real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
I know that there may be some cats watching right now, and like honestly, I just want everyone to know that the word pussy, I mean, I use it kind of like in the heat of things. But it's kind of like a black person using the N-word, you know? I mean, like, we do not appreciate you people using that word. It is oppressive to us because it denotes that we are a fearful species. And that is not the case. And, look, I just wanted to throw that out there, okay?
Okay.
A lot of people like pussy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with pussy. I'm just saying, like, we don't like being called pussy.
Gotcha.
Oh, you're such a pussy.
Kitty, kitty.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.